Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to dive into a dispute that has been causing a geopolitical stir in South America. The crisis between Venezuela and Guyana over the Essequibo region is an exhilarating and complex chapter in contemporary history that deserves to be understood in depth. Over the next minutes, prepare yourself for a narrative that features historical twists, political strategies, and international implications. Let's get started. The Essequibo region has been the subject of a dispute between Venezuela and Guyana for over a century, spanning 160,000 km². This territory is steeped in gold, copper, diamonds, and recently it has been the scene of discoveries of large deposits of oil and other hydrocarbons, escalating the stockage even further. In recent history, one event stood out in this long-standing dispute. A referendum conducted by the Venezuelan government with the goal of annexing Essequibo, an action that was met with indignation by Guyana and criticized for being considered provocative, illegal, and undemocratic by the Organization of American States, OAS. This move caused international alarm and led the United States to conduct military exercises in the region, further heightening tensions. In response to this scenario, Brazil, traditionally a mediator of conflicts in the region, offered to host meetings aimed at easing tensions. Brazilian diplomacy has been attentive to the risk of a potential conflict that could bring instability to the continent, a point that also concerns the United States. Now, let's go back in time to better understand the origin of this conflict. In 1811, when Venezuela became independent, Essequibo was in its territory, but it didn't take long for political contours to change. In 1814, through a treaty with the Netherlands, the United Kingdom acquired the region known as British Guyana, which lacked well-defined border limits. The Schomburg Line, drawn by the United Kingdom in the 19th century, was one of the first efforts to delineate the region, resulting in the expansion of the territory of British Guyana. This ignited the Venezuelan spark of discontent, alleging an undue incursion into its territory. The dispute took on vast proportions, culminating in an arbitral award in 1899, which decided in favor of the United Kingdom, leaving Venezuela with a sense of injustice. To further heat up the narrative and invoke the patriotic force of the past, Nicolás Maduro made the highly symbolic decision to transfer the remains of General Domingo Antonio Cifuentes to the national pantheon, remembering a heroic past where Cifuentes defended the region against English occupation. This historical act serves as a vigorous reminder to the population and the armed forces that the Essequibo dispute is a matter of national honor. Maduro emphasized the need to defend Venezuela's sovereignty by following Cifuentes' example. This posture is reflective of both domestic policy and the external front, where Venezuela seeks to solidify its territorial claim in the face of the international community and its own population. Amid symbolic gestures and political declarations, the situation in Essequibo remains volatile. In December 2023, the leaders of both nations committed to resolving the dispute without military force. However, the arrival of a British Navy ship to Guyana and the subsequent military response from Venezuela reignited concerns of a potential conflict. We are now facing a delicate situation where dialogue and diplomacy must prevail to prevent an escalation of conflicts. The history of the region and current political actions are interwoven in a way that leads us to reflect on the possible paths to a peaceful resolution. So, what does the future hold for Essequibo? Will the region find peace and stability through diplomatic channels, or once again become a stage for political and military disputes? Thank you for watching this video. This topic is complex and constantly changing, so stay tuned for future updates. Leave your opinions and insights in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so to not miss our upcoming videos. Until next time.